Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy Moon World back at it again with another review, man. And obviously, we talking about Shadow Slave. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. In the past couple of days, I ain't talk about it. A lot of stuff happened. I forgot, bro. I was confident, like, yeah, I'm gonna review it daily. But that shit is impossible, bro. Life be lifing. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of stuff did happen, and I wrote a couple of things down. I don't write shit down normally. You know what I'm saying? I'll just say the topics and we'll talk about it. But obviously, I'm gonna be covering from where Noctis and Weaver. We had the memory of Noctis and Weaver talking. So chapter 27, 29, I believe, until the latest 27, 41. Rebel just joined, and I fuck with that. Bro, I've been saying, bro, like Revel was such a cool character when I first read that part of her ambushing Sunny and everything. You know, making Sunny the Lord of Shadows, whatever. They kept hyping him. He was Master Nephis, all of that, making his power, render his power useless. You know what I'm saying? That was crazy, and he ended up, using Saint and his other shadows, to counter her and eventually beat her type shit. But yeah, I've always said I liked Revel, bro. That she's never in the story. In the death game, when we first seen a little bit of her, I wish, low key, I wish she was in there, bro. She was in there. It would have been way more cooler if she was in there with us in the death game, other than Kai and Slayer. She was in there with us, and now we're recruiting her. We know even more. Oh, that would have been cool. I always hated that she wasn't with us or got more of her, because I feel like I don't feel like she definitely is my favorite song sister. You know what I'm saying? Seishin is cool, Beastmaster, Hell, all of them are cool, bro. Lonesome Howl, but Revel, Dark Dancer, I don't know, never mind. Moonveil is interesting too, but we don't know. She's not now, since we're getting more of Revel. Now Moonveil is like the one we know least about, and she's probably one of the strongest, if not Revel. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, but it's cool that she's here. That's one thing I want to talk about, even though we're already talking about it. But a lot of stuff happened. Let's go back to Weaver, bro. When Weaver and Noctis were talking, we got so many fucking reveals, y'all. So many fucking reveals. You know what I'm saying? And most of them are like made me question some things. I'll just read a couple of things I wrote. I don't know, like, obviously one of them, since now we know that Death can't hold the demons, Shadow God can't do anything about them. They were dead supposedly from the start. And we've been knew that, but now it's got confirmed on even a deeper level that they're part of, the Forgotten God or Dream God. So if Oblivion died before Weaver created the spell, right? So I'm assuming since Weaver created the spell and made both the demons and the gods its power source, him, or they themselves are part of that too. So it was 11 soul cores. No, wait. 12. Yeah. It should be 12. A lot of soul cores, actually, because they're all probably titans. But I'm saying, like, it took 12 beings. 12 beings. 6 gods and 6 demons, right? Because supposedly Oblivion died. So my question is, like, did Oblivion the parts? Cause how, when they explain it, they're like, we weren't truly dead. So even if they kill them, so when the demon of repose, I forgot her name, when she died and then she escaped Shadow God, why didn't she just turn, like, that's what I'm saying, like, is it because, like, she's already dead but her will wasn't broken? She went back, like, basically left the Shadow Realm and went back to whatever she was doing to do again, or what is it that made her not go back to the Shadow God? Because basically that's why the gods couldn't kill Hope or any of the other demons, even if they pissed them off, even if whatever they did. Maybe they hated them from the start, or that's the only reason why they even let him alive from the start, is because if they kill them, they're gonna go back to the Forgotten God. Or is it like something else? It's a little confusing about that. part. But yeah, so the Oblivion, is that why we forget about him? Maybe that was always interesting. Well, I want to know how he died or she died, right? Or they died. I want to know how. I want to know how they died, right? But other than that, is it because the part of the flame that is Oblivion, the part of Shadow God that's Oblivion, not Shadow God, the part of Dream God that's Oblivion, did it return to the void where the Forgotten God is slumbering? Is that why we forget them? Or is it because that's their ability, Oblivion or whatever, making people forget them? Uh, It's like every time we get answers, there's more questions, bro. I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot of different things. And then back to the Weaver and Noctis. So obviously we're seeing how it happened and how he helped Hope, how he helped Noctis free Hope and whatever. But now we don't know. We always thought everybody, at least if you know how to read, if you know how to read, it said that the obsidian knife was still good. The fate inside of it was still good. Nobody used it, so everybody thought Noctis is alive. But after what Weaver did to Noctis's fate with the knife and thing, now we don't know. I'm not sure if Noctis is alive. I hope he is. I hope. But now I'm thinking, low-key, like if you think about it, they keep saying the one in the north, the one in the north, the one in the north. I feel like his part is done. Like we already know about Noctis, and we'll know a little bit more when they show who's the one in the north. So I feel like out of the two priests, maybe Noctis was the one that died, that Sunny got the mask off of in the Forgotten Shore. Even though it's funny that the Forgotten Shore is in the north, the one in the north, I don't think that was the one in the north that died. I think it was Noctis. And then we're gonna get more about the one in the north when we see her in like in the present time, because I think she's alive. Or they both might be dead. Never mind. Yeah, it was only that Noctis's knife was. Never mind. I was thinking about it wrong. So Noctis's knife was good, but since Weaver made Shadow God's will, the fate that he put in the knife, not matter, that means the knife is gonna be good no matter what, because it didn't hold Noctis's fate in it no more. His death basically in it no more. So it was good. So they could both be dead, and that's fucked. Yeah, that's more like it. They probably both are dead, and then we seen the one in the north's body, where Sunny got the under the cathedral. Well, he got the mask. Yeah, that's probably it. And then that's how we know how Weaver at the same time killed all of the gods. That's how we know. I always wonder, like, okay, they're saying the demons are part of the Forgotten God, and then the Forgotten God, they never said he was the strongest out of. They were all equal. They always said that. Maybe Shadow God because he's death or whatever, but they're all equal for the most part. So how did 1/7 of the Forgotten God beat the other 5 halves, I guess you could say, of the Forgotten God, and 6 equals to it, which is the other gods? How did he 1v11, right? How did he 1v11 and win? And now we know, because since Weaver was always alone, always recluse, never used his own flame to create. Now we know how people create life, or how gods did, and then other people that were probably divine could do it. They cut part of themselves and make more life. Weaver probably never did that, so he was always as strongest. The gods are way stronger, but they used most of their shit and created all life to fucking what did they say in the chapter? To populate all the realms or whatever. That's why they grew distant and feeble. And then the demons, they all created something like Nether with the stone saints. And then Hope never created anything, even though language, but I don't think that would cost her a part of herself, unless it actually does. I'm not sure. But we presume that most of the demons created something that made them a little weaker too. That's why like it makes sense that way. That's why Weaver won on 1v11, or it could have been like 1v5v6, but whatever. You know what I'm saying? He's still the 1-1 when he was by himself, and now we know why. And then back to the dream fucking spawn. All right, I don't know. We're moving through topics, but because that's the main things that happen in the 11 chapters I ain't talk about is these stuff. So I don't care about. We're not talking about chapter per chapter. You know what I'm saying? So to Asterion, back to fucking Asterion, bro. Back to the dream spawn. I just want to say G3. I'm not gonna lie, G3. If you ever see this, you did my boy Anvil hella wrong. How are you gonna give every single sovereign we've seen so far, minus Darren, minus him, immortality, and not give Anvil it? Like that's fucked, man. How is so the original three, him, Kisong, and Asterion. Kisong with the puppets. As long as she got puppets, she can't die. Asterion, which is probably the craziest one, unless it's Mordred's. He's a fucking idea. He can't die as long as one person knows his name. And that's crazy. How the fuck are we going to defeat him? Obviously, it's going to be Cassie. We'll get to that. But, so, back to the topic. Kisong, immortality with the puppets. An idea. Sunny since he's a shadow. I don't know exactly how his work, but like I think as long as he has one incarnation left, he should be good. So his is not as OP. And Nephis, cause like hers is not really immortality, but her healing powers is crazy. You might as well call it immortality. You know what I'm saying? And then there's Anvil. He only had fucking swords, bro. Where is my boy's immortality? And probably Daron or Darren, whatever. He probably had. I remember now. Another Supreme we know about was Azarax. He probably has he had some kind of immortality too. And Daron too. They all probably had immortality except Anvil. G3, why? Why? Anvil was the coolest, man. If you think about it. He was a little fucked up right here, but that's his flaw. I forgive him. I want to know more about my boy Anvil, man. Show me something. Wait. Now I'm thinking about it. I'm getting new ideas. Wait. I don't know. I'm thinking about Broken Sword. I gotta reread the chapters where they were talking about their useless shit. I forgot. Wasn't his aspect like about perception or something? So if it was that, would he even get any immortality, like, or anything like that? That's OP. That makes it basically make him a little harder to kill. Would that mean he might still be alive? That I think about it now, if there's a theme. But I don't think he did, since that was his whole like thing. He was just so normal, but he was that guy. You know what I'm saying? It might like defeat the purpose. I don't know. And back to fucking Revel joining the Shadow Clan, man. Rah! You know what I'm saying? We needed her, bro. Even though it's like, bro, let's be honest. The cohort is cool, but you know, that's Nephis, whatever. We needed Nightwalker, bro. You telling me out of everything we went through in the Eternal City, we don't get Nightwalker in the Shadow Clan? I can't get Nightwalker of Shadow? Or Nightwalker... Whatever, bro. Some cool ass shit his title would be, because he's a Nightwalker and he was Shadow Clan, man. Why, G3? At least at the end, man. Give us Nightwalker in the Shadow Clan, man. Nephis can't get literally everything, man. Come on. Alright, enough tantrum. And yeah, Revel, she's cool, you know what I'm saying? I feel like she's either her or summertime. If it was, I don't care if it was. I mean, not that I don't care. I'm saying Nightwalker. I would have definitely wanted Nightwalker out of all the Saints right now, right? To join the Shadow Clan. But since we can't get Nightwalker, if it was Revel, which it is, or Summertime, or Moonville, if it was any of these three, I wouldn't have minded. And it was Revel, so it was chilling. And Revel, she, it makes sense if like, because her power is darkness or whatever, with the team with Sunny, whatever. So she's be in the shadows, all of that. So it makes sense. It makes sense. But I wanted Nightwalker because, man, he don't even need to hide in the shadows, bro. He'll do one step, man. He'll do one step. That motherfucker at the door. He's him. And we don't get him after everything we did. And I'm not gonna lie, I thought all the dialogues between Sunny and Nightwalker was like one of the funniest and coolest ones. It was really close to what like we get when Sunny and Kai are together, and that's why I liked it so much. Man, I just want Nightwalker, man. I'm gonna keep yapping. I need Nightwalker. Let's sign a petition. Let's make a petition, bro, to fucking G3 to add Nightwalker to the fucking Shadow Clan. We should do that. How would we even go about doing that? I don't know. And I wanted to talk about something else though. Since basically how G3 set up the start of the arc with Cassie being the being and then trying to recover her memories, blah blah blah. Since we can see, we're seeing like, obviously out of nowhere we get Weaver talking to Ariel. We get Weaver and Noctis. We would haven't gotten that stuff unless we were in that kind of situation. And G3 only did that probably because he wanted to give us some reveals that'll speed things up. Obviously, he said he wanted to finish the story, things will speed up, things will get weird or whatever. So we already got the weird part with how it started. We're getting reveals. I feel like that's gonna speed up the stuff. And then we're still in it. That means we could get anything, right? Anything, any type of reveal that G3 want to reveal, it's the perfect. Like we could know something about somebody that we don't even know yet. It could be anybody, a new character, right? And then it would make sense since I don't know how. I'm assuming it's because Where's My Eye, but Cassie is seeing all of fate, past, future, the future that's never gonna be able to be achieved yet because Sunny lost fate or whatever. All of that. I don't know how she's doing it. Probably My Eye, but she witnessing all of that, and because that happens, we can get any type of memory. So I got two that I really want to know. I got two I really want to know, and hopefully we do get it. So basically anything about the 9, I don't mind any memory about the 9. Obviously they're really important, so anything new we learn about them is welcomed, but especially Oral. I want to know, like, since his task was the grieviest of all, what was it? What did he do? Is he alive? Is he not? Like, what happened? Can we get a memory of the 9, G3, please? Thank you. Another one is Oblivion. How did he die? What was his relationship like with Weaver since Weaver cried for him? What was his relationship with Ariel since Ariel buried him there? I don't know. It could have been like Weaver just when he visited, he fucking put Oblivion's grave there. It couldn't have you. But I only want to know what's his relationship with Ariel because we've seen like now 3 or 2 different conversations between Ariel and Weaver, and they were always like fucking nagging at each other, fighting, not being cool. So if they're like that, but there's one person that was cool with both of them, I want to know how that relationship was like, basically like all like basic drama stuff, but it sounds important. Not important, I mean, it sounds interesting, but yeah, anything about the 9 or especially or Oblivion. And I'm not sure what else. I mean, actually, wait. Since I just thought about it, it could be another. I want to see if there's a future where like Broken Sword won, or like he stayed alive and he came back, or I don't know. Some way, somehow he won basically, and then Nephis was chill. So she grew up. Instead of being the 3 sovereigns, the Gooners, it would have been Broken Sword, the GOAT that was alive and guiding humanity. You know what I'm saying? But that probably would have won since he was mad. He's trying to meet Smile of Heaven. But I digress. Yeah, that could be another important, not important, but interesting memory we could see, since we already seen from futures that can't be achieved no more. That, or like the actual battle between them, like what happened, and or like I don't know. Anything about Broken Sword is welcome. That's what I'm saying exactly. Anything about characters that we know that are important that we haven't seen a lot, or actually Daron. Yeah, anything about Daron would be important too. I want to know more about the Serpent Goat. You know what I'm saying? And his kingdom. Even one flower. Even if we get something like that, and then she mentions just seeing Daron on a piece of paper will make me hyped. You know what I'm saying? I love him. So let me know down in the comments if y'all, since we're in that weird space where Cassie can see basically anything. Tell me an idea. What do you think? Like any memory that you could think of that's gonna be interesting to you that you want to see. Let me down below, man. And I'll see you on the next one. But we're out.